Yo,
Joe,
Joe.
good morning.
Hey, everybody. How's it going?
Good morning, good morning. I am going to make an attempt to pay attention just a little bit to the chat today.
Okay, yeah. Yeah,
I'm,
let's make
I'm
sure.
pretty bad about it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Artwann, you are poised to pounce on a toy show this morning.
I'm always poised to pounce on a toy show.
Well, I know you told us before. What's the show you're heading to?
So it is the Northwest Inland Toy Show. One of those, and actually it's the 10th anniversary. So this is a Washington State-based show that has been going on for 10 years. This is its anniversary, and on the other side, there's always a show on the Seattle side. So the inland means that it's in Spokane, meaning off the coast. But on the Seattle side, Puyallup, there is a big toy show as well this same weekend. So we're torn over here.
Do they always fall on the same weekend like
Yeah,
that? Are there a
yeah,
lot of people that go and just do both?
yeah. Yeah, you can, because the one I'm going to only happens on Sunday. The Seattle show happens Saturday and Sunday. So some folks can go Saturday and then go all the way across the state and come to this one on Sunday.
Hmm. And the
It happens.
organizers have never figured out that they're on each other's weekends.
Oh yeah, they have, but it just kind of, it's been a tradition now. It's almost like okay, Seattle has University of Washington. Over on this side, it's kind of like Washington State University or Cougar Nation. So it's kind of like that. It's just
Like a
always going to
rivalry.
be, yeah,
Would you say
okay.
friendly rivalry?
yeah.
That's good to hear.
Okay.
I don't like when it's an unfriendly rivalry.
No, it's
Yeah, like that one year that Joe Fest and Dallas fell on the same weekend.
I wouldn't call that unfriendly either, though. That was just
That's just poor planning.
yeah.
That was just mean.
So
that it happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
how's everybody's Halloween and goodies,
It was
trick or treating?
Still eating candy, so that's always a good thing.
We're in November, boys.
Yep. I can't believe it's November already.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
End of a year, basically.
Yeah.
All right, we
So
got some.
I'm looking in the group. I've got this persistent key set up from Restream so that when it goes live, it's supposed to just automatically stream on Facebook.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't do it. Like, I went through it all last night to try and make sure it was set up properly and everything seemed to be, but it's not happening.
All right, so we're getting no love on Facebook right now.
No love on Facebook.
Yeah, I mean, I've followed all the instructions. I did what it said to do. Like, and I don't know how to just, like, I should be able to just in the Facebook group go live,
Yeah.
and I don't even see where the hell to do that.
Yeah.
I'd love to figure this out. And
Yeah.
terrible. Yeah, so if you're here, you're probably watching on Facebook.
Or YouTube. We got G.I.JOE Customs. Good morning, man. Less White Designs. Good morning, or good afternoon, depending on where you are. I forget East Coast. You're after 12 right now. All right, so we're gonna get Mike. How long did your pumpkin head take the paint on that? I mean, take the print on that bamboo.
Take the print less than half an hour.
Oh wow!
Oh yeah, it blew through it. Yeah, in fact, I printed 2 of them this morning. I didn't like the look of the first one.
That's crazy.
Yeah, picked up a little bit of black dust somewhere. So it's like, yeah, I'll just print it again.
So, I mean, I did mine resin. I think, yeah, I know Mark did at least a couple on resin. Um, for mine, the resin print, it took about an hour and a half.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And then, so I'm assuming you didn't have an orange filament. You painted?
No, I had orange filament.
Oh, wow. On deck.
Yeah, I put the I spent a little money to buy orange filament when I made fumbles.
Okay.
I wanted to do it right.
Okay. So you had it on deck. Good.
Yes.
Good.
And I was happy because it gave me another thing to actually use orange filament
Use it for. Yeah.
That is not a common one.
Yeah. He did his resin. Took about an hour and a half. Yeah. So 30 minutes, and you could just pump them out with orange filament and
Yep.
just paint details. That's awesome.
Yeah. And actually, with the way the bamboo works, if you're printing multiple, you usually save more time per each one. So
Yeah.
one's going to take you about half an hour. Sure, you print 3, that'll probably be like hour and 15, hour and 20.
So somehow it gets aggregate. It just starts to.
Exactly. There's a lot of overhead that you don't have to deal with.
Yeah. My process, I don't know. So I went ahead and went orange, but what I did was I put the head on the figure and did a spray paint of orange.
Oh, okay.
And so to protect the figure,
Yeah.
I pop it in a Ziploc bag, pop just the neck open. I still put some painter's tape around there just to make sure nothing bleeds through for whatever reason.
Okay.
Pop the head on and then sprayed it. And the reason why I did that, because I was like, okay, if the head is tight, I didn't want to pop it back off, because
Okay.
typically either you'll have to pull it pretty hard, or in some cases you'll have to heat it up. And so I didn't want the paint or anything to get messed up if I had to pop it off or anything like that. So I was just like, well, I'm going to spray paint it. I'm going to wrap my figure, make sure I protect it, and hope for the best. And it did a great job.
Oh, good call.
Yeah. And so now I'm doing some slight dry brushing of different colors that you'll actually get in the pumpkin. So there's a little bit of yellow in it and a slight bit of green all around it too, just to kind of give it more pumpkin-y texture.
Nice.
And then I did the thing to make somewhat of that mystical green effect, that sort of clear effect.
Yeah.
Or, the translucent, not clear, the translucent effect.
Okay.
So what I wound up doing is taking a little bit of clear resin, and that is it's the thick stuff. So this is tenacious, and then taking some green dye and kind of coming up with a mix of color that I'd like.
Okay.
And then just dropping that into the details and curing that. So I got a little bit of that translucent but clear effect. So it looks like whatever the mystical, magical forces is happening within the pumpkin head.
Very cool.
So just, I don't know, just being creative, just trying to.
Yeah. So what color resin did you use? Was the original just the standard gray, or did you do a color mix? When you
so I actually used the TH72, which is gray, but what I had noticed on my printer, for whatever reason, that stuff is pretty thick, and even if you follow precise guidelines for the resin, I was getting still a lot of fails trying to print with that. So I put a little bit of white standard mixed in that,
Okay.
and so I get a little bit of a lighter color gray. But what that white standard does is it kind of loosens up that TH72 resin, and I get prints, like my prints come out perfect. So that's just my hack or tip or trick of the trade type of thing. I just kind of figured out my printer doesn't
Printer?
and that's the I think I printed this one on the Mono X, but I also have the M5, and on both of them, that TH72, because of how thick it is, I would get a lot of fails. Like it would be almost like crossing your fingers hoping you get something. And then I just kind of realized if I put a little mix of something a little thinner in there to thin it out, it worked perfect.
I had done a couple different ones. I did like just TH72,
Mm-hmm.
and then I did. I don't have any raw ones, but I did Elegoo ABS Light
Yeah.
Clear Green,
Mm-hmm.
and I really thought it's been a while since I printed clear, and I certainly hadn't ever done it on my Elegoo Mars 5 Pro or whatever the hell this thing is. And I thought, it used to be it came out, it printed, and it just like glass, like crystal clear, and then you wash it and it fogs up.
And then it kind of fogs. Yeah.
It didn't do that. It stayed clear.
Really?
And then I coated it with like a gloss varnish, and it is just like glass. Unfortunately, the Elegoo ABS Light Green Clear that I use is too dark, and we'll switch cameras in a minute or two before we start painting, and I'll show you what it looks like next to like the translucent head that came with Crystal Ball.
Mm-hmm.
And like Artwann and I were talking earlier this week about adding maybe like a clear yellow or even just straight up clear to dilute it a bit.
Okay.
So it's still green, but not quite so dark.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
So
just
I'm gonna be curious.
I was going through and trying to see what could be going wrong between Facebook and Restream. And Restream says it's sending, and I quintuple checked the stream key. It is pushing data to Facebook to the group page, and just Facebook's just not having it. So
Okay.
I don't know what's going on with that. It's
Gotcha.
pretty damn annoying.
Yeah.
Pete J says the TH72 is an additive to ABS, like to help with strength. And see, and that's probably it. Like when I try to go straight TH72, it's just a thicker resin pour, and I guess it works really well if your vat is heated.
It does not like the cold, for sure.
Exactly, because it's thick. So I don't have, none of my printers have like that heated vat yet. I haven't upgraded to the good stuff, I guess. And so I have a little bit of issue with the TH72. So I have to add something that will like thin it out a little bit.
Like I was real hesitant to move away from the Elegoo ABS Light Gray, which I would mix with Tenacious. Like that was my go-to for a long time. Like you couldn't get me to try something else. And when I finally tried TH72, like a lot of problems went away. It just worked like a champ, and I've never looked back. Like it is almost exclusively what I print with now, and I don't mix it with anything. It just works. That said, when I was at the shop, it got real cold sometimes, and then it would fail.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have to heat the vat. I would just turn the heat up in the garage, and I fixed it. So, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna real quick go over to the group page and talk about a couple of things. Let me pull that up. Okay. There's just been some really good stuff posted lately, and it's been too long since we've come through. So someone had posted this, Ron Austin, obviously, since it says it right there, not someone. Just looking for a filament that can kind of match the colors on the original Action Force vehicles. And our good friend Benjamin Bentley had posted a link to a filamentcolors.xyz, which I had not heard of. It's probably been around a while, but I haven't been printing with filament for that long, so I've never fooled with it. But if it's really does what he says it does, like, that's awesome. So basically, it's a color match system, like a database of different filament colors, and you find the color you want to match, and it helps you find the exact filament that matches that color, or as close as possible.
Okay.
I have not used it yet, but like in theory, that's awesome.
That actually kind of reminds me of like a tip I was mentioning last week about trying to match your spray paints, or your, you can actually, you can go to like a Lowe's or wherever, and they can do somewhat of a spray paint, a color match type situation, and give you those colors. You don't necessarily have to buy it from there. You can find a place that will actually mix that up for you.
Yeah, a lot of times this stuff is solved with a couple minutes of searching Google.
Yeah.
Because there's definitely companies out there that will color match for you and send you maybe a little bottle, maybe a little. I haven't seen the spray, but I definitely know you can get a bottle of paint for painting this kind of stuff. Not just like if you go to Lowe's, that's house paint,
right?
But it's definitely out there. It exists.
But
this is pretty cool. I definitely I'm gonna play with this week a little bit, and maybe do here's what I think about it next week. But
okay.
Thanks again to Ben for posting that link.
Sweet, thanks, Ben.
Awesome.
Yeah, and we were kind of talking about, this is just about the ridiculous damn thing I've ever seen. That is gorgeous.
I mean, look at the size of that, dude.
Yeah.
Like if he puts that on the ground, it's pretty close.
It's bigger than the Rattler,
Right.
It goes to show you how even this Rattler, which is huge, is still scaled down to be a toy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but what's scary looking at this? No blades.
No blades yet. No blades.
Those
blades. All you do is you take that and hook it up to your ceiling fan, and it'll be right on.
There you go. Okay. Yes. Yeah, but that thing is impressive. That is a really cool build.
Yeah, that's Crimpleton T. Crimple. And if you've been following along with he's been posting about this for a while. There's an original STL he got from someone, and he does original STL files designed by CG Morph. He's got that, and good for him for putting that out. I really appreciate when people give credit where credit's due. Haxton Engineering. So this is kind of cool. This is one of the more over the top weird G.I. Joe vehicles.
Yeah.
I remember this one came out at the same time as the Imp, and like the Imp was shooting the mines at it in the cartoony commercial for it. It's just silliness. Good looking print, good looking design. Esteban always with very clean, very nice looking stuff. Who's this? Brooks Gow. Yeah. That looked printed on, right?
That's multicolored print.
Yeah.
Man.
This was on my short list of things to do for the Patreon too. So it may have just slid down the list a little.
I'm just kind of in awe of, like, we started this page in 2020, and the things that you can kind of do now with your printers that we couldn't do in 2020. It's crazy.
Oh yeah.
So this is just this Yeah, this is GI Cousins. Sorry, you're in here still, right, dude? The first one you posted where it was just like two urinals. That made my goddamn day. Dude. I saw that and just I had to smile the rest of the when I saw that because people were joking about that thing looking like an outhouse, and then he just like went there. So it was just there. It is.
And there you go.
Yeah, that's just perfect. I wish you had and maybe you could do this for us. Just post a figure with his back to the camera with his arms in front of that. Just so I can see if it falls in there.
He had to do it.
Dude,
Had to do it.
It's just what, yeah. I mean, I just was in a great mood after seeing this, and it's one of those things. It's like, fuck, I wish I had thought of that. Oh my god, that just makes me so happy. And this is Tinkercad, right? I saw this post.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. He did the Swamp Masher that you showed before.
That's right.
So yeah, that is some incredible Tinkercad work. Though I'm not looking at the detail on that. I'm not quite sure if that's all Tinkercad or if it's a mixture of Scan and Tinkercad.
Some of it would not be, but
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of like, when you know how to use a tool, use it to death.
Yeah.
Like that's how we met, right? Like I was doing Tinkercad stuff years ago now, and I look at this and it just makes me realize, man, I'm glad I switched to Fusion 360. Would have been so, like, it's still more like more power to him. Like he fucking crushed it. Period. I just know. I would, if I was doing this, I would have cut my time by more than a fourth by doing it in Fusion versus Tinkercad.
Yeah.
I think we probably
Boom. So, okay, one of my buddies, I have a Joe bro in Chicago. I was kind of get on him because I'm like, dude, you don't watch my podcast. I'm doing it like every Sunday. And he's like, dude, I just don't be up because he works a little bit later in the night, right?
Sure.
And Chicago time, he's 1 hour behind you, Mike.
Okay.
And so he asked me, I showed him a picture of what I was doing. He was like, what the heck is that? And I said, dude, tell me you don't watch the show without telling me you don't watch the show. And so I put a link in his messenger, and then he went back and watched it. He's like, oh, okay, that's for the crystal ball. That's dope. And so he commented back, holy crap, Mark knocked that out in like what feels like minutes. And I'm like, yeah, it was pretty easy design, not too hard to do.
And we did that whole podcast in an hour. We spent 20 bullshitting.
So I've been trying to egg him to get into 3D printing. Like he bought a 3D printer some years ago, still never touched it.
Did he open it?
And yeah, still never touched it. And then
what sucks is if he bought it years ago, it is obsolete.
It's obsolete, basically. And then like I said, he was watching how you were designing, and he was just like, man, he knocked that out so easy. I'm like, yeah, not a hard thing to do, but yeah, it was pretty fast. And then he goes, I still don't understand it. And I was like, dude, that is probably about as simple as it gets. I was like, if you have just a inkling of some artistic ability, the hardest part is learning how to navigate the software.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, I catch on quick, but I need someone to just sit down with me and just show me how to do stuff. I was like, yeah, you and everybody else, but there's like almost nowhere you can get that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost like an enterprise, like an idea. But I'm like, nobody wants to sit down and try to teach you step by step how to do it.
Well, Carter wants, I mean, it's been a little while since I even spoke to him, but he really wants to do like this is how we're going to start learning ZBrush. He wants to do like a little online YouTube thing for it. And I think he, just like me, like he's a busy dude too. So hopefully one day we follow through and do that. But
I mean, that would be absolutely awesome for the folks that I know. I think that's probably the one barrier to it all.
Yeah.
As far as getting started, it's like I don't really want to print everybody else's stuff or just be looking through trying to find something that I'm thinking about. I just want to take what's in my head and put it out there. But the hard part about that is learning how to use certain software.
yeah, and so Pete Pete J80. Yeah, there's some decent guides on YouTube, and like that's how I learned. It's like going to YouTube. It's just brutal. Um, there's so much filler in a lot of videos, and when you just need to know like what's the next step, what button do I hit to do the next thing, and you got to go through 2 hours of fucking videos before you find it. Like, it's hard. Like if there was like a class at a local college that taught ZBrush, like that's the way to do it. It's tough. Like once you get to the point where, like what I did last week, it took me years to get to that point where I can just go in and use the things. If somebody could set it up for you, where it's like, here's a decent ball of clay with decent polys, here's a couple of quick things to get to a couple different brushes. It's really, really, really intuitive and easy at that point. But to get to that point took a long time.
Yeah, exactly. And your response is exactly what I text them back. Like, hey, really, if you need that types of hands-on training, you kind of have to pay for like a college course. And even still, though, the professor's not going to sit there with you and walk you, through everything. But that's probably the best you'll get. So I'd love it if Carter did like a series like that or something like that.
Yeah,
I'd be all in.
We started talking it out, and we were going through, and I made a bunch of notes. And like step one is like set it up so when you log in, you're not already like behind. Like you get set up to a certain point, and you can save your personal setup in ZBrush, so that when you open it, you don't have like 100 things to click
to do. Yeah.
Started. And like that was going to be like episode 1 was like, I've never opened this before. What the hell do I do? And there's a lot of videos on YouTube that tell you that, but they also have this habit of going through and showing you what's fucked up, and they'll spend 30 minutes of showing you what you're already frustrated about.
Right.
Yeah.
And like I don't need to know what's not working. I'm aware. Show me how to fix it now.
I hear that.
I don't need to know what I already know.
Yeah.
I've never gotten, I haven't taken the leap into ZBrush, but one of the best sites that I ever found it's called the Stylus League.
I've heard of it.
They don't look like they've been active for a while, other than a couple, one-off videos. But what they used to do is it'd be like 4 professional artists, and they'd come up with a topic. Like this week we're doing Superman, and all 4 of them are showing their own workflow while they're creating.
Yeah.
Okay. And it was a great show, and they didn't do step by step, at least not in the main videos, but you could at least watch their workflow and just see how amazing these guys were.
There's one called Ask ZBrush, which is really good, and I can't remember if that's the one, or there's one where like it's just like, hey, I need to duplicate this thing, and I don't know how to do it, and it'll be like a 2.5-minute video, and they'll show you every way that you can duplicate something.
Okay.
And there's no filler. It's like real quick, this, and that's the best by far.
Gotcha. Yep.
All right. I think we're gonna go ahead and get to the painting portion.
All right.
What? So, Mike, what are you gonna be doing?
Sitting here. I don't have paints where I'm at. I do all that in the garage. So
okay. I don't paint at my computer desk, but here I am.
Well, I'm doing it. I brought a couple things to get me going. I've got my sexy specs.
Got my shiz.
But like I did a lot of prep work beforehand, like I was trying to show. So I'm pretty much there. I got to paint my stem a little bit, and I'm throwing a little bit of pumpkin color to it. So there's some yellow speckles here and there at the top. There, it's a little bit more layered coloring, and then like I was trying to show before, with the translucent. We're calling this what is this mystical power stuff?
Dyer.
The
I
dyer.
Dyer.
Yes.
Dread inducing blah blah.
Yeah. So I tried to sort of recreate that on the inside carving by using the tenacious and a little bit of green coloring. Now also I did cheat a little bit, so I did paint a green undertow under there because I figured that the orange mixing with the translucent would change the color a little bit.
Mhm.
So this is kind of what I came up with, just to kind of make it somewhat match the feeling, so it's not just a straight pumpkin head.
Okay.
I'm jealous that I didn't think of that.
Well, hey,
I think you win. I think that's amazing.
all right. Well, I'll take it, but I don't. You know, great minds think alike. I'm sure it would have came to you.
I went down like the first thing that popped into my head is what I went with, and it turned out to suck. Like I ended up having to change it.
But I do like. I am interested in seeing if you do another print, uh, trying to get a little bit more of that translucent color match. I would love to see it.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Like I've already decided I need to just order some clear. I need to order some clear anyway for something else. So I'm gonna definitely dilute this stuff down and see where I can get it to. So like my first test print, I painted, and here's it. So I started out. I wanted to do like a glow on the inside, right? And so I painted it like white to yellow to very light orange inside the eyes and mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And there was almost no contrast between the pumpkin and those. So it just looked terrible. It just didn't
Okay.
work. So I just filled with black, and that looks okay. And I was really happy how the actual pumpkin came out.
Yeah, the print is gorgeous. It works really well.
Mm-hmm.
But then and then I went. I was telling you guys I did uh, the translucent green. So the first one I did, like I painted the inside, the eyes and the mouth black,
Yeah.
and again, it looks awful. There's no contrast. You can't really see it. So that's kind of a no go. So then I started to paint white on the inside, and so I'm going to finish this one now. It's just white there, and I'm going to do that glow effect that I wanted to do on the orange pumpkin. I'm going to do that in here and see how that looks. And then I've got another TH72 head, and this is just primed with yellow.
With yellow.
And we'll see what kind of time we've gotten.
That's actually how I started. I primed mine with yellow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Use Army Painter yellow.
G.I. Custom says that the Anycubic transparent green is pretty close in color. That's what he used.
Okay.
That's dope. That's good to know.
I'm gonna run and see if the one that I was painting earlier has dried.
Okay.
That's one nice thing about at least these Army Painter primers. They dry quick. If you don't go too heavy with it, they dry really quick. Just nice.
Glow effect on two of mine. Posted it in Facebook group. So can you see if you can find his? G.I. Custom says he posted it in Facebook group.
Like this morning?
Probably, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that looks good. Oh,
Okay.
those look really good. Let me
Let's throw it up there.
yeah.
He said just now he put them up, so. Oh, okay.
I like that a lot.
Yep, I like.
Is there a hint of green in that, or is that maybe just lighting on the yellow? Yeah, that looks really cool. I like that.
Nice.
Right? Like that looks really cool. I like that a lot. And he's got all these guys.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, and if this is, what was it, Elegoo?
No, he said the Anycubic translucent green.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. That's way better than what the Elegoo stuff is doing for us. Very nice. Thank you.
Sweet. Now, see, honestly, I like this type of interaction. Thanks a lot, GI Customs. But I do like this type of interaction where we can all kind of do some stuff together every now and again. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. So this is the one that I did. I printed it up this morning because I had problems with the files. But in my case, I printed with the orange filament, but then I also have some orange glow-in-the-dark acrylic paint.
Oh, yeah.
So I just filled in the eyes and the mouth with it, so it's a brighter orange. And I'm not really sure how well the glow-in-the-dark is going to work, but once it dries, then I'll...
well, do you have a black light?
No, I do not have a black light.
I was going to say, because that typically glow-in-the-dark will really react like... And I'm curious if you just hit it with a black light, how much that's going to pop off of there, even with the lights on in the room.
Yeah, but even with this, the contrast in the camera actually looks a lot better than the contrast in real life.
That's pretty cool.
So I like the way that looks already.
Pretty cool, Mike. I like it.
Like I didn't like Citadel paints until that custom class we did at Joe Fest 2 years ago. I was really a big army painter guy up until then. I had tried this stuff and just never had any kind of success with it. And then I was like, I'm gonna need new light soon.
Yeah, I'm still an apple barrel guy.
Oh.
I go with whatever works, or I'll mix colors and things like that. So I'm in the same boat. I'll get some really good paints, some really cheap paints, and then I just kind of go at it.
I like that apple barrel stuff. Like it's
good, and I don't know how well it does on resin, but it works well on filament. It's pretty good on resin. The filament kind of sucks it up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, everything that I've painted, I've always done with the acrylic, and the results look pretty good.
Don't be like me. And I was painting, putting it in my finger, basically. Mark has a little bit of a setup, like I was gonna do. Yeah, I was gonna do that, but I'm like off campus.
Rolling around.
So
what are those, Mark, on your setup? What are those little things that you have it set up on? Are those specific for paint, or is that
this little like traffic cone looking thing?
Yeah.
Yes.
I made those for painting those head scans that I do.
Oh, okay. So you 3D printed those?
Yeah, I designed it, 3D printed it.
Gotcha.
It's a quick little thing. And I made them for Action Force heads because that's who most of the head scans typically end up being, is custom Action Force. So the ball on there pops in real nice, but everything else I got to put a little bit of the poster tack.
Okay. Nice.
But I've tried a bunch of different things for holding the heads.
Yeah.
And they always end up falling over or whatever. Like these aren't going to tip. I wanted something that's not going to fall over, that isn't going to like bump into another head. Like this sort of just works really nice.
So GI Custom said, you're using the white popper. How long have you been using that? Thought I was the only one.
Popper?
The thing that you have your paint in.
Oh, yeah.
Or the water.
Yeah, so that was...
Is that like a fidget popper?
This is the popper. Yeah, it's like those stress things, right?
Yeah.
So Chris, when he and I were working on that same custom class, like he really wanted to have those for everyone in the class to keep their paints in.
Okay.
And mix and whatnot. So he had ordered a bunch of super cheap ones, but they were all kinds of different colors, and I was not having the non-white thing. So I had to, like, it took me a while to find one, and it wasn't expensive, but when you see like you can get 50 of them for $3,
yeah,
different colors, it's weird paying like $8 for one white one.
So I bring my little palette things or whatever, but that is an awesome idea. I'd never seen that before.
Yeah, you guys would be. My setup is shameful. I have a box out on my workbench, and I just roll out wax paper, and I'll put drops of paint all across the wax paper, and then when I'm done with it, and there's no clear areas left, I just throw it away, and then I roll out more wax paper.
Yep, whatever works.
Like I had a wet palette I used for a long time, and it just I'm usually not painting enough that it's worth it.
Yeah. How long does paint tend to last in a wet palette?
It depends on the paint.
Okay.
It 100% depends on the paint, depends on the sponge, depends on the paper. Certainly you can extend the life of stuff for days. If the sponge isn't right, if you've got it too wet, like it'll slowly dilute the paint. And then inversely, like if it's wrong the other direction, it'll still dry out, it'll suck it out.
Okay.
So there's a lot of like playing around with it to find the sweet spot, but then different paints behave differently on it as well. So it's just, I don't know. It was never the magical solution I wanted it to be. So it really didn't take much for me to happily switch over to the popper, where it'll dry out after a day or two, and then you literally just pop out the dry piece.
Yeah. Okay. I've got to get one of these things then.
But yeah, I totally got that idea from Chris Scott. Who to this day is, for my money, the best little painter out there.
That's my guy. We did I think it was either Joe Fest 19 or 20 together in that class, and look at us now.
Yeah, that Kickstarter is absolutely amazing. So I've got
World War Hell.
Yeah, the World War Hell.
Yeah.
So I've got this is an airbrush paint. And it's real thin, like you wouldn't want to paint with it directly, but I really like mixing it. Like if I've got this white, and this is if you're a Citadel person, this is layer white, not base, not airbrush, not dry brush. Like they have so many variations, it's a little pain in the ass. But the airbrush paint's so thin, I really like it for just mixing colors.
Yeah. I always imagine that there's some guys that we just don't even know of that are just absolutely killer painters, and would paint circles around anything that we do.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's so many other genres as well, like the tabletop guys.
Yeah.
That yeah, if they came over to the scale that we're doing stuff at would just blow us completely away.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm looking forward to. I haven't heard anything about when it might ship, but that the G.I. Joe that tabletop game that we with the Kickstarter was that other thing.
Oh, it's coming sooner rather than later. They're in full production at this point.
Awesome.
I don't know, honestly. I do not know how they did it.
How they got to that point so quickly?
Yes, because this is an unknown company. See, I've bought games from some of the big names in the past, and they'll be years in development. These guys knocked it out like you won't believe. I think they're European, and I think they're using new manufacturing. They're not going through China, which is it's amazing what they've pulled off. But I mean, they've even, you know, and it's not smoke and mirrors. I mean, they've been sending videos showing their tooling and their factory process and everything.
Yeah, I haven't checked in on it in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, let me see what they, because I was just looking at them today, believe it or not. So I'll go.
I believe it.
I'll go pop in. Well, you shouldn't because I'm a liar, but
and a coward.
Oh my gosh.
Mike's not a coward. I was just being a dick.
But so, all right. So yeah, Operation Cobra, which I still think is the stupidest name ever, but
yeah,
Operation Cobra. Yeah, so they are just pointing out, let's see, Pledge Manager will end at the end of November because they're trying to get everybody's addresses and shipping information cleared up. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see it Q1 of next year, to be honest.
Okay. I'm just chiming in just because of my clear frustration. I am waiting for so much stuff to start shipping. I'm just getting impatient at this point.
Yeah.
Did you back the thing we're talking about, Artwann?
No.
Oh, you're talking about just Kickstarters in general?
Just Kickstarters in general, guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is, I think the fact that so many Kickstarters are taking time, and you know, people knew that it'd be take time, but it's even becoming even further.
Yep.
It's killing future Kickstarters.
Yep. Sure is.
Okay, so real quick, Artwann, I found that the supplier of that game, Mark, is saying June of 2026 is when they'll deliver. So it's still a little bit farther out, but again, in under a year, I've been waiting for versions of Cthulhu Death May Die for about 3 years now. So
Jesus.
That's weird.
Yeah.
That's too long.
Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking weird.
So, okay, so back to what you were saying, Artwann, about a lot of the Kickstarters.
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
there was one in particular that didn't meet its goal pretty recently.
Texas.
Yeah, and I know they're still going to keep going.
Mm-hmm.
But I can see it. I think a part of it is the fatigue. Like everybody's just sick of waiting for stuff.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right there. There's been too many. You know, I know it's going to be great when it comes out, but Call Sign Longbow has been going really long at this point.
Mm-hmm.
When was it? 2021 that the Kickstarter went through, or was it 22?
It's somewhere around there, 21 or 22. But
yeah,
we're in 26 right now.
Yeah.
But,
well, to me, what you know, and I have the Ghost figure. I have them right here, and it is it's a fantastic figure. You know, can't wait to see what the rest of them are going to be like. But their latest update was like, oh yeah, we found out that there's a problem in the crotch, and we're going to have to retool it. Really? At this point, you're finding out a problem of that level.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm not. I know those guys pretty well, but I don't bring up the Kickstarter. But like they still go. They go out to the shows and they have a table.
Yes.
And they make sure they have a presence. They're not like disappearing and trying to avoid anything.
Oh, absolutely.
They're absolutely doing everything they can.
Yep.
And I'm confident when we get our hands on that stuff, just figure after figure is going to blow us away.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It's just getting past that initial hurdle, which to Artwann's point just seems to be going long.
It is.
You can't fault the makers, but from a consumer, it's just really starting to. Oh well, again, it's making. There's a lot of great stuff that's coming out that's failing. I think simply because it hasn't come out, and it's not just Longbow. Recall had its delays. The Ninja one, what is it? Legends of the Hidden
Fortress. Yeah,
that one seems like it's been out there even longer.
That's when they funded Joe Fest a couple of years ago, right?
Yeah. Well, I've seen them even longer than that because they started showing up locally here at Jolanta.
Okay.
Because the guy, I think one of the guys is from around this area.
Yeah.
Right.
And what's even more interesting is I think the guy that's behind it is actually Red Laser. So this isn't his first rodeo. He actually made figures and had them factory produced at some point. But it's just getting across the finish line. Yeah. But I think once it happens, it's going to be fantastic.
I think we forget a little bit too. Like COVID really screwed some stuff up with the
true
and shipping, and now we've got all the
tariffs,
the tariff nonsense, which causes there's deliberate delays on the part of factories and vendors that are ahead of these other things.
Yeah,
they say, "Hey, hold off a minute. Let's see what happens," and they just pause.
Yep, agreed.
Well, all the rationality aside, I got a lot of money sitting out there that I'm waiting for people to deliver on.
Yeah,
waiting on your
and that's all. It's just a simple frustration I know a lot of people have, but I do think it's hindering all the newcomers, all the new folks that are trying to put something out there.
Yeah. And it's also starting to become a flooded market too. When there were one or two companies doing O-rings, it was good, right? It was like, wow, this is great. Now, I mean, you could probably name off a dozen companies that are making their own version of O-rings.
Hasbro.
Ooh, let's do just for Google's. Let me take a look at the Tron. I'm sure that's doing real well. All right, let's see. Barely over 1,000 backers.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that's probably not going to fund.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's not going to fund. Yeah, which does make me wonder what's going to happen to this whole Hasbro 375 initiative. Are they going to consider it a dead?
That's scary, right? Because I like the idea of 375.
I do too.
Vehicles, right? Yeah. Like manageable vehicles, but it's also Hasbro. So I had been going around to the Ross, just
Ross-Con.
And there was an ATST from the Mandalorian at Ross, $50.
Wow.
It was, I want to say 80 or something regular. I never saw it before Ross. It did, I never ever saw it. But it's at Ross, and if I'm a Star Wars guy, and I used to be a big time Star Wars guy, $80 fucking bucks for an ATST is crazy.
Yeah.
but that's Hasbro. It's like what's the most money we can take out of our customers' pockets right now?
Oh yeah.
And then that's the number. And it's got nothing to do with anything else. They just want to maximize profit, and they don't care how overt they are about it.
Yeah. I mean, they just recently did that other Star Wars HasLab.
The Cantina?
No, it was after the Cantina.
Oh no, the from Attack of the Clones.
From the Clone Wars. Yeah, and it's like this is a vehicle that they've already done before. At least with the Snowcat, it was something new. It was something that they didn't produce, or I'd still argue that probably shouldn't have been a HasLab. But
it's huge. I don't know.
It's huge. It's just not iconic, if you ask me. Like the Hiss is iconic. That one made sense as a HasLab. Snowcat.
So what would you have liked to have seen instead of the Snowcat? And let's even narrow it down and say they just did a Cobra vehicle. They're due a Joe vehicle.
Thunder Machine.
They just did a Cobra vehicle.
Thunder Machine. Okay, so G.I. Joe vehicle, iconic.
Okay, Pete J says Sky Striker, which
makes sense since they did the Rattler.
Yeah.
Yep. I think the Sky Striker classified might be too big.
I mean, it's going to be a huge boy. Yeah.
I would agree with that, except there's the precedent. If you ever seen the Java sail barge.
True.
Yeah.
So
let's see. Iconic Joe vehicle for a HasLab. Let me think about that one. Mobat, I think, would be too big. And still, that thing is undersized.
Well, yeah, but they like Mobat or Mauler. What else?
I mean, everybody wants the tanks, but my problem with that is the small one had your motorization. So you'd have to do motorization in it, or folks would still complain.
I mean, people are going to complain no matter what.
Right, true, but folks would piss and moan about it. And I just think cost for that size, and then trying to have it motorized, trying to give it some upgrades and stuff like that. I just think it's going to go way too high.
You think having it motorized is like a big cost?
I think that Hasbro as a company would justify it as a big cost.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Electronics aren't that expensive. There isn't a piece of electronics that they would actually build just for the HasLab. They would find a cheap Chinese motor that fits the bill, a little circuit board that fits it would get pieced together. The switches,
right?
They're not creating or reinventing the wheel for any of the electronics themselves.
Oh, true. Right. What I'm saying is, if they didn't motorize it, folks would go crazy.
Yeah.
And then if they do motorize it, it gives Hasbro, like I said, justification for like a price hike, because nothing else is motorized at this point.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to have to go with it. The Road Toad. That would have been iconic. Yeah, you know what? I'm actually looking at 3D Joe's, and yeah, I'll step that back. I can't think of anything else that would be. I can't think of anything else right off that would fit the bill.
Where's
Tomahawk? Tomahawk for me.
Yeah, Tomahawks is in the chat.
Tomahawk would be good.
I think Nicotronis and GI Customs are talking about that right now. Yeah.
Oh, Mamba would be good, but then again, that's a Joe. Back to a Cobra vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
Havoc is not a bad choice, because that was very heavily in the cartoon.
Yeah, it just sucks. But they have the freedom to somehow make it not blow so bad.
Yeah.
There was even, I want to say in the comic books, there was even a line where it's like, because the Havoc and the Thunder Machine came out at the same time, and there's an issue. The issue with the issue with the Thunder Machine on the cover. There's a scene where they're kind of racing and they're side by side, and one of the, I don't remember who, but someone even made a comment about how convenient that we're both in vehicles with weapons that are stuck facing forward or something.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, like any vehicle where the pilots are laying down, looking at the ground, to me, like that cockpit needs an overhaul.
Yeah.
Like that, it just, no. I don't think there's a vehicle in existence on the planet Earth that you pilot that way. Drive or pilot, whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm cool with the Havoc. I think you can have a lot of fun with the back opening up and the little hover thing coming out. If you could find a way to maneuver those main weapon systems in a different way, because they would kind of rock forward and back.
Well, yeah, but I mean, keep in mind with the Havoc, Chuckles can always just take a rocket off of it and throw it at somebody.
Throw it at somebody.
Right. So that's.
I'm gonna call that one
The Havoc.
Don't forget.
Now, I don't know. I like Joe vehicles that are really iconic. I think you go with the Sky Striker. That's probably the Sky Striker, Tomahawk.
Conquest is small. It doesn't, in its original form, doesn't have as much functionality as the Sky Striker.
Yep.
But as a HasLab, they could do really good stuff with it.
They could pull out, yeah.
Actually, I would say Wolverine would have been a good choice.
Wolverine would be good too. Wolverine, that's an iconic one.
Yeah, that one would have been a good choice. Too bad they have, at this point, they already, well, what they could have done would be Wolverine and have saved the second version of Cover Girl.
Okay.
Yeah, looking at that might have been but then again, that's even smaller. That's kind of even smaller than the Snowcat. And a lot of people's complaints was that the Snowcat wasn't even though it is a large hunk of plastic, it's not really that large of a vehicle.
I mean, it's way bigger than the Hiss. So I don't understand that argument.
Well, they increased the size so that it can have a camping stove incorporated into it.
I'm still 100% for the camping stove. You're going to be out there in the winter. What are you going to eat?
True.
Yeah, it's not like you go to,
Are you going to?
It's not like there's a Starbucks you can just roll up to.
I'm all for it.
I really don't mind any of that world building stuff that they added.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do. I really wonder at what point Hasbro's going to finally cross over and give us some Adventure Team stuff. They've got all the pieces at this point. They've got animals. They've got tents. They've got. I mean, to me, it's a no-brainer.
Okay. I like this idea.
Put it under their legacy collection, rather than the standard G.I. Joe. Go ahead.
I want us to also not be locked into only making vehicles that already exist. Like as long as they do a good job, which they can do. They've shown it with maybe not Crystal Ball, but like the Dire Viper, or Ghost Viper. Like they could make a new thing.
Yeah.
A bunch of people will be pissed off, but if they do a good job, like I think like with Crystal Ball, like if the majority of the community goes, "Oh, holy shit, that's awesome," they're
they could do something new.
Yeah.
I don't think that would be successful as a HasLab. I think HasLab, grabs the nostalgia aspect of it. I think they would have a hard time doing something new as a HasLab, but if they did something new as like a general released vehicle.
Yeah. I mean, they could do something. with Cobra, like you see, a lot of people want the aphid, right? The Cobra helicopter, the aphid from the comics.
Yes.
That
Oh,
never
okay.
happened made. And I'm trying to think if there was a Joe equivalent to that, but nothing's really popped in my head.
Right. Yeah, you're right. The Aspid would make for an incredible HasLab.
A lot of, like, I've seen a bunch of different people post about it.
Mm-hmm.
I got yours right, just out of reach.
It says price point was too high for the Snowcat. Yeah. Okay. So GI Custom says APC would be nice and could be scaled. And now, so to me, this was kind of what I was thinking about, was like APC would serve as such a nice transport holder for a lot of figures. That's dope. Holy moly, that's dope.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
one of my favorite things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to the same extent, the APC was basically a huge transport for the 3.75 Joe. So I could see, as for a HasLab, I could see something that is one to be huge, and would carry probably what, 8 to 10 Joes.
Yeah, and then easy enough to have tiers that are the Howl, the Whirlwind. So, like, you can have Tolongs that are tiers.
Yeah.
And because people want the hell out of those too. Like, those are tiers that would unlock, instead of coming with, a figure and a figure and a figure, or patches and stickers and, assorted bullshit.
People says the whale. I absolutely agree. It's going to be, again, be a nice Joe transport vehicle. Put a bunch of, include tons of and tiers, but I do think price is an issue for a lot of.
Oh yeah, price. Like, unfortunately, it's everything. Like, as much as we would love the price of our toys to come down because they're harder to afford now because everything else is more expensive. Just everything's going up. Like, I'm going to a show. I'm going to Assembly Required in 2 weeks, and I mean, the first time I went, I think I spent like $400 and change on the hotel for the weekend. Now it's $7 something.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like, that's just the world, man. Unfortunately.
Yep.
Something. Yeah. So somebody had written it. Les White had put the Battle Force 2000 set. I would accept that with the caveat that they fixed that shit, because most of it was really bad.
Yeah.
It was. They were not. But like, the idea was great, made sense, and at a glance, the designs looked good. But if you scrutinize them at all, like, it was lacking detail. It was lacking kind of vehicular articulation. Like, they just didn't really work great.
Yeah, they were made. All of them are made cheap.
Yeah.
And I like the concept of all the parts being able to use to build a fort, but none of it synced. You were basically just stacking parts on top of each other. You could build a similar fort with any box of vehicles because they're basically just sitting on top of each other. There was not really anything that connected them together.
Now, my brother and I had only like 2 pieces.
Okay.
And it was Dodgers. It was like a silvery motorcycle thing with a blue.
Yeah, with the big
thing behind it with
radar back. Yeah.
Radar gun. I don't know what the hell that thing was supposed to be, but it was, for some reason, it was like those didn't last long.
Yeah.
But and we had something else, and I don't remember what it was, because it also, like, just fell apart. So much potential, though.
I'm calling mine done. Calling it done for mine.
Try to get you up.
Get you in the big camera.
Yeah, you are just all kinds of. You mostly did the stem right now, right?
Yeah, a little bit of flashing. Making sure that lines look good around the mouth. Yeah. Color splashing.
So I mostly just did my glow inside my way too dark transparent green pumpkin. I worked on the glow.
Pretty sweet.
Showed up.
Show enough.
But I like my vote. Now again, I'd like to do
A little paint along.
Yep.
No, go ahead and put. Sorry, put it up at your box.
Nobody puts Mark in the small box.
Oh, that looks good.
And then I did that, and now I'm working on this guy. And all I did, this was primed yellow, and I've hit it with a red wash, and I'm kind of waiting for that to dry now.
Oh, GI Customs. Yeah, that's on the pumpkin.
Look at like a sugar skull.
Yeah. So like on the pumpkin, and you paint the the like black. That would be dope.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, this was our first ever attempt at a paint along, so I'm happy. But yeah, I don't know when a clear, obvious thing to try next is going to pop up. I know we wanted to do just something Halloweenish, and with Crystal Ball and the Dire Fiber, Ghost Fiber. I keep saying it. The Ghost Fiber coming out. It just made sense, right? It was like an obvious kind of thing. Let's do a pumpkin head, and it's kind of all worked out. So I don't know what the next thing is. We should look at what the next round of figures coming out are and see if there's anything obvious that we can come up with to contribute to them.
Well, Mainframe is coming out, and I know that
Turkey head.
we had some really outdated computer accessories in the original. I think they were outdated when the figure came out.
The original or the new one? What are we saying?
Well, the original, even the terminal that he carried around was kind of outdated. The suitcase-looking thing with the terminal and the floppy drive.
Well, I mean, yeah, okay. You could like so much of that stuff from the mid '80s was kind of Vietnam remnants because of the age of the guys that were creating all that stuff.
Exactly. So, like for the new Mainframe, we could actually go back and create, replicate his, 1986 computer.
He had PJ. So you can just smack up the.
The Thanksgiving hat where it looked like a roast turkey with the legs sticking up.
And then you can put the sunglasses on it, like Friends.
And there you go.
Fez.
Yeah, this is a maybe. Printed in F69, something kind of rubbery, so it's just gonna slide down over somebody's head.
Really cool videos talking with you.
I think your hotel internet is starting to wreak a little havoc
Oh,
there.
cool.
Yeah.
Sexy specs off.
So I do want. We're gonna do a episode. Not gonna talk to the guy, but we want to do one about like just scanning people's heads and making action figures heads from it.
Okay.
We'll be doing that at some point, hopefully before the end of the year. Definitely, I'm cool for next weekend. Weekend after that, I'm in Iowa. I'm in Des Moines for assembly required. After that, it might be Thanksgiving. After that, no, that's
Getting close.
So we'll see. We'll cross that Thanksgiving bridge when we come to it. Maybe if we do have one before Thanksgiving, maybe we will do the turkey head.
Yeah. So
if people are enjoying this kind of thing.
Yeah, there will be 1 week before Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving's like the 27th this year. So there is the weekend of the 22nd, 23rd.
Okay. Maybe we'll do a fun little turkey head. We'll see.
Right.
Yeah, I got nothing. Nothing.
I mean, I'm gonna buy up the place. So I'm at least gonna look.
Very cool.
Toys.
Good luck.
But yeah, I do interactivity with this, so we'll keep bringing it every once in a while.
Yeah. All right. I think we'll wrap it up. This was meant to be like just a like you were saying, a fun little interactive thing. We weren't really doing. This wasn't a paint demo. Like I'm no expert, so it was just fun. All right, guys. Thanks again for checking it out. We will catch you next weekend. Next Sunday, same bat time, same bat channel. I don't know what we're doing yet. Something cool. Something cool.
Everything we do is cool. Yeah.
Yeah, let's tell ourselves. So,
yeah, exactly.
All right. So thanks again, everybody, and have a great rest of your Sunday and have a good week.